What food do you swear people only pretend to like? The food I cook for them. That feeling of pure anxiety and the little voice telling you that they're lying. I grew up in India. And my grandfather owned a farm in the village the farm was in. So we got a steady supply of delicious milk straight from the cow. So when I grew up and stayed in London for a year, I was absolutely disgusted at the sight and taste of 2% milk. F-king disgusting paint water. Edit. Thank you to the person who popped my gold cherry. Jelly deals. Looks disgusting. Probably tastes bad too. Almost every video on YouTube with someone eating jelly deals shows them squinting while they chew on it. Not trying to judge, but just how many videos of people eating jelly deal have you watched? Live octopus. Does eating a creature that's actively trying to crawl out of your mouth as you eat it really taste so good that it's worth the trouble and choking hazard? Yeah. This would not be for me. I'm not even that excited about octopus that's already dead. I might be willing to murder my own chocolate cake in an emergency. But octopus? Brussels sprouts for me. I don't get it. Tossed in balsamic with some salt and pepper and roasted until a light char is one of the tastiest side dishes. Might get downvoted heavily for this, but alcohol. I tried it so many times to see what all the fuss is about, but I never seem to get used to it. I'll just stick to juice. Same here. I find it hard to believe that PPL choose the taste of alcohol over other beverages and not just BC of the buzz. Like they genuinely drink it for the taste. The vast majority of the posts are just personal preference, like avocados, mushrooms and onions. But I just can't imagine how anyone can actually enjoy a ballot, a developing duck fetus in the egg. My boyfriend and I were drinking in a bar in the Philippines and saw a ballot vendor walking around on the street. A big bouncer guy came up and bought an egg from him and ate it standing there. Then another. Then another. We counted. He ate 14 ballot eggs. Made me lose my appetite. Blue cheese. It tastes like old, moldy sweat socks. I'm surprised it's not on the list. I tried it on a hamburger once. You'll love it. It tastes great. Dot. I could only get one bite down. And then I was on the edge of throwing up for 2 days. It's my favorite kind of cheese. Like most of the things in this post. It's acquired taste. Usually when you're young. I prefer Roquefort to be exact, but wheel. I'm French, so. Snails. Snails' food is mostly butter, parsley, garlic, and a tiny bit of snail. It's good. Liver of any animal. I've been told I haven't had it a certain way, but I've yet to be proved wrong. Not a food, but coffee. Good quality black coffee. To me it's downright sweet and delicious, but I think it's maybe an acquired taste. No denying that coffee breath, or like the permanent residual smell in coffee mugs, is nasty though. And for many people it's really addictive. I've been on and off for years. Currently off, but will probably get hooked again someday. Wasabi. It honestly just tastes like spicy chlorine. The wasabi you eat is horseradish and mustard with 1% wasabi powder. Unless it's freshly made wasabi paste. It's not wasabi. Real wasabi loses its taste after 30 minutes, so it needs to be made on the spot. Raw egg yolk. No way people actually enjoy eating that crap. I don't care what anyone says. Just nasty. Cauliflower. It's like Shang Tsung kidnapped broccoli, ripped its soul out, and then took the flavor with it. Cauliflower is the root of all evil. Yoo-hoo or similar water chocolate drinks. There is one liquid that chocolate should be added to. Milk. Chocolatinous and similar, also gross. God, I loved Yoo-hoos when I was younger. Feel like I haven't even seen one in years though. Goat cheese. It tastes how a goat smells. And that isn't good. It ruins any dish it's put into. It's awful. I have a theory that just about every culture has one food that is absolutely terrible. but was born out of poverty and necessity and became a staple and is still made even though there are better options available. Because it's theirs. Because if it were good, other cultures would absorb it. By being bad, it stays true to its cultural roots. The youngest generation hates it and doesn't understand why people ever ate this. The middle generation still doesn't like it but eats it out of respect for tradition. The oldest generation loves it and relishes lecturing the youngest generation about why this food was made and why it's a tradition. Fat. Specifically the visible slimy fat on any cut of meat. Ever since I was a kid it's made me wanna vomit. The fat on chicken thighs or lamb or a big bit of steak. I cannot fathom how anyone thinks it's edible. Doesn't matter who I'm with or how fancy the occasion. If I accidentally put some in my mouth I have to spit out or I'll be sick. I'd spit that shit out in front of the queen. Man, a lot of these answers are like actual dishes that are pretty unique or have a lot to them. I was just gonna say coconut. It's nasty. And is full of this gross water that also tastes nasty, but I still find people covering it in chocolate or caramel so they can pretend to like it. Nasty. Avocado. Like. It's not horrible or anything. But it's also not delicious enough for the whole Western world to go f***ing crazy about. You don't eat it by itself. It's like nature's perfect ingredient. Starbucks. There is no way people really like their coffee. It has a bitter taste and it's way too expensive for what it is. My guess is people fake that they like it until their taste buds gets accustomed to it. The old fake it till you make it. TLTR. Starbucks coffee. Kale. FCK, it's horrible. My favorite kale joke recipe is the one that says to make it with coconut oil. So it slides more easily off the pan and into the garbage. As someone who literally lives off kale and coconut oil, I feel personally attacked. Large percentage of all traditional Norwegian cuisine. Seriously. Who the hell actually likes lutefisk? Shark fin soup. I mean, I get that it is seen as a mark of status, but it tastes of nothing and is just generally a bad dish. I thought it was delicious as a kid. Family is Chinese, obviously. I had absolutely no idea of the cruelty of it and thought it was just like any meat as any child would. The shark fin itself doesn't add much, but the actual soup is really nice if done well. Do not condone eating it though. Bologna. The Oscar Mayer bologna many of us grew up with in the US is not a good product. But one time I accidentally ordered a higher end bologna at the deli counter and found it to be quite good. Here in the South. Crawfish. So much work for so little reward. And I really think people just like the spices. Corn. Potatoes and cold bear. If they weren't covered in delicious spices and revered, would people still enjoy crawfish? Probably not. The only other crawfish dish I've ever had is etouffee and was still not impressed. Sun-dried tomatoes. Chewy and kinda gross. Basically like if you left tomatoes in the sun too long. Pasta salad. Too cold and weird to be good pasta. But not as healthy as real salad. Why do people eat it? Because it's delicious. Peppers. I keep going back and having one, thinking I just didn't have enough of an acquired taste for beer last time, and then it's just always disgusting. How the FCK can you like milk and water mixed? You mean like in coffee? Quinoa. Bad texture and no flavor? Come on people. Barley tastes way better. Barley squad. Pear fruit. I tried it and it's not that good. It's like a darker version of cantaloupe, but it tastes worst. Tastes like vomits to me. Well done chicken breast, no skin and broccoli. Chicken breast is the biggest trick played on society. Dark meat is so much better. I actually enjoy my steak rare, but I'm adamant a lot of people pretend to like it bloodier than they're comfortable with because it's fashionable. Kale. Kale is not really a vegetable. It's that green corrugated plastic you see in the grocery store that helps to keep the vegetables separated. Kimchi. It smells like I imagine a rotting animal to smell. My husband and son eat it. And I'm always walking through the house looking for a dead mouse or something before I notice the empty bowls of their snack. Caviar. How do raw ass fish eggs taste so remarkable? Best comment of the day. Mother boils vegetables to the point of them losing all color. Me hates vegetables as a result. Mother surprise Pikachu face.